up so that the stream's going to be good to go. Just making sure everything's ready, everything's set up. Brackets updated. Just those sort of things, really. Get myself a drink of water, get ready to cast. I wouldn't say I prepare myself mentally, though, if that's what you mean, like, for bigger events, I'll sometimes prepare a bit for, certain players and stuff, obviously. It depends what you mean by preparing myself to stream, because, like, if you mean, like, just preparing to go live or something, then there's obviously some bits and pieces. Yeah, it kind of depends how exactly you mean it, so. Anyways, guys, let's go into game number 1 here of this best of 2 between KeeN and Haas. The top left-hand side is that red Terran player. We did just get that 1-1 scoreline against Hearthstone. It is KeeN. Currently sat at 3-1 in this group against Haas now from OSC Elite, the pink Protoss player bottom right-hand side. Also sat at 3-1 in this group. And these players have some big games left to play. KeeN has to play against Ryung still. That'll be interesting. Haas has just played against Ryung. But I'm not going to tell you guys what his score was against Ryung because I don't want to spoil it in case we do end up casting it later from replays. Would like to keep it a little bit hidden, so I was trying to withhold some information from you guys. Stop you guys from knowing everything. I'm so powerful. Ha 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 ha. Okay, maybe not quite, but we do want to get some of the replays of the matches we didn't cast live to be able to bring you guys just some extra StarCraft, Spend the day just casting lots and lots of StarCraft. Seems good to me. Seems good to me. It's my favorite kind of day, really. My favorite kind of day. You read about Henna online and wearing ancient history? It's just like something people get at like music festivals and stuff, I guess. When I was at the music festival last week, we were camped next to some people and we made some friends and they had some henna, so I got my hand henna. She was the girl that did it. Was really good at it. Like, it looked really sick when it was like actually done. It looked really cool. Like, it was really awesome. I was actually like somewhat impressed because usually when people do their own henna or like they do henna for their friends or something, it's like a little bit dodgy. But like, it passes by. It's a bit of fun. But this actually looked really good. It was like, what? It was insane. So yeah. So you've seen this SCV backing away, just has been scouting around already. The Reaper backing away as well. Did sort of just move in for a little bit of scouting. Nothing too much, really. Nothing too crazy. As you see, I'm just going to catch this probe here, trying to move out onto the map. It's Haas, though, and so he is playing a little bit weird with the Twilight Council currently proxied mid-map, and I suppose that's why we should maybe pay a bit more attention to the builds, because I guess if Haas is in the game, things are generally not going to be going the way you expect them to. So, middle of the map, Twilight Council. Haas, what do you have planned, good sir? What is this? Reaper's actually up at 3 kills, which is kind of crazy. 3 probes already going down. He's likely to lose another one here on the low ground. Stalker's a little bit slow to get down and respond, so it's a 4th worker kill already. Haas has been taking some pretty heavy damage here early on. Across the map, though, the pylons are up and the overcharges are used to pick up a few Marines already. Mothership Core, well, actually, the pylon gets 4 kills right away there. And so this is obviously quite nice, getting the damage done, which he wants to get done, and he'll be able to overcharge the forward pylon now as well, just to help get rid of this reactor. Although Mothership Core will go down. No, Mothership Core means, oh, he does have high ground vision, because the probe is still here, and he builds a pylon to make sure of it, which means he gets that reactor in the end as well. Now the probe will go down, and now the high ground vision will be lost, but the pylon is no longer overcharged anyways. And another reactor just going to build up again. Bunk on the high ground. KeeN obviously feeling a little bit afraid as to what the follow-up is going to be here, but no real need for a bunk, and he will actually bunker up the low ground. That's a little bit more reasonable. But Dark Shrine coming in, but the Reaper's seen it, right? The Reaper's seen it if he was paying attention, if he doesn't just assume it's a pylon. Engineering Bay does begin, so KeeN getting set up to try and deal with this here. Is that Engineering Bay and the missile turret going to be up in time to deflect these Dark Templar? So Reaper still just moving around a little bit. We actually see the Marines, the Cyclone, the Viking have found this Twilight Council mid-map, so all of a sudden Twilight's taking a lot of damage. It is going to go down, then the pylon too, which means that if he wants to get in Twilight upgrades, he's going to have to build all over again. As you see, the first missile turret on the way up in the main base. Nothing in the natural. Nothing in the main base just yet. So wait and see what maybe comes off of that. There's a couple of Marines just going to jump into the bunker. DT Blink. Okay then, Haas buddy. He's like, oh yeah, my Twilight Council's dead. Oh, but this is the point in the game where I usually get charge or blink. He's like, well, you know what? I can get some kind of blink. DT blink it is. Haas, always the one full of initiative and full of, you know, new things that we do. I mean, DT blink isn't new. You know, we've seen it before, but it's not usually the thing you see all of the time. One Reaper, 4 Marines killed for 5 workers in a mothership core. It's not been a bad trade, but the reacting depot going down the front did slow down the Terran play a little bit at least. Worth keeping in mind. Now the Viking Raven, I mean the fact the Raven's up kind of insane as well. Like, Raven's going to be able to get so, you know, be so useful against this set of DTs. There's one DT right now, comes in and does pick off 1-2 Marines, but that'll be about it. Gets a third one. Goes down again. That Raven allowing him to get away from without even scanning. It's a huge help because there's so often where you find yourself without a scan or having to save so many scans that you just lose out on so much economy because of it. Bunker to the right side is denied. Nice little something by Haas. If a bunker goes up there and his tank siege is up next to it, this third Nexus starts getting into a lot of trouble. As DTs pick off a reinforcing tank, that's actually really good here. Like, it's kind of really important to be able to just minimize the amount of users that are going to come in this position. The less there is for you to have to fight against, the better it's going to be, obviously. So, DT Blink about to finish up, and I imagine he's just going to go for this. Blink on top of the siege tank, get rid of that nice and quickly, and yeah, I mean, what's going to happen about it? Tank goes down almost right away. The auto turrets are definitely being a little bit of a pain right now, but when the auto turrets dissipate, there's a couple more DTs coming through. This is going to be a cleanup. This is not going to be a, this is not going to be something which Haas cannot deal with at all. You see Marines keep on going down. This Viking's going to get killed. Now just the Cyclone and the Raven left over. Bunker will just salvage. And KeeN is going to get pushed away. Haas's DT Blink was actually a very good way to defend here. It's kind of crazy, but it actually helped him out because he could get rid of that siege tank so quickly because of it. Just kind of jump over all of those units which would have been damaged to those DTs for so long as they tried to get to the tank. And now, well, what now? Gateway's already finishing up left side. 6 extra gates building. Twilight Council coming down. I mean, it sort of feels as though Haas is just building up in towards the mid game, but he's also without upgrades. So he can't really last forever without, while playing this sort of style. He has to at some point recognize that and may just be looking to end the game very shortly. I mean, 6 extra gates on top of the 4 up already is 10 gates. I mean, we are on 3 Nexuses, but it's still that sort of situation where 10 gates with no upgrades, it does feel kind of aggressive. But then, I guess, why is he building that Twilight Council? If he doesn't plan on letting this game go on a bit longer, why would he start building the Twilight? Why would you look to invest into something that's not going to help you win the game in the next few seconds if that's going to be your goal? Couple of Widow Mines continue in this direction. Just looking to kind of add on some little bits of harassment and KeeN. If this Liberate up as well, just getting a couple kills, denying mining time, just slowing Haas down as the game has continued. You're just going to see the Stalkers trying to poke away, but again, no blink because that Twilight Council got killed before. Meanwhile, the first Widow Mine gets 8 kills. Haas is privy to the second one, but still, I mean, 8 kills on the first Widow Mine. Damage being done, and Haas is falling a little bit behind now as KeeN is getting a chance to deal damage to get back into the game. He very much so is back into the game right here. Charge just over halfway done. DT's moving around as well to see what they can get up to as well. Just a lot of different bits and pieces. We see Marine Marauder, Widow Mine. Gonna push on over to the right hand side of the map now. KeeN gonna look to see what he can do with this in the next few moments. Nexus will finish momentarily then as you see Zealots, a couple sentries, a Stalker, and Archons. Still all just gathering up together. Some Widow Mines will begin to burrow. As you see the step forward here, we're going to see one pylon going to go down pretty quickly. So one pylon already going down. Now Zealots going to start charging forwards. Widow Mines will start going off. Starting to do quite a bit of damage actually. A lot of those Zealots getting cleaned out. A couple more Widow Mines in the back coming in, and well, Haas still trying to fight against this. The problem is he just keeps running into Widow Mines. These Widow Mines are doing so much every single time. That's KeeN. Again, I mean, the last few moments he just had all the harassment going his way. After he got initially cleaned up, Haas was just unable to defend effectively, and now KeeN has a lot of army on his front doorstep, and Haas still doesn't really have a way to defend. Still without upgrades. It's about to be 1-1 upgrades here for the Terran player in just a few seconds. Widow Mines are cleaning up Archons and all sorts, and I think when Archons start dropping to Widow Mines, you really are in trouble. It means you don't have enough Zealots to soak the Widow Mines before the engagement even begins. That's never really a great thing. Another scan, DT's dropped down. One tech unit left in this and start one single immortal as Zelds are too afraid to move too far forward, so they keep on getting picked off. Again, you're going to be seeing the Zelds continue to charge on in, and the Zelds do keep on getting picked off here. Another DT going down right there. Just going to be seeing the Simulator picked off here. Probes continuing to go down as well. DTs will try and blink on top of the army, but it's just another scan, and this time the DTs get blown up by the Widow Mines, and again, it's just more and more expensive from Haas. There's no way for him to realistically stay in this any longer. The DTs warping into scans. That's how desperate he is. GG. And that is going to be KeeN taking game 1 of this best of 2. Now let's go in game and let's introduce some players. Sorry for a little bit of silence while I was just dealing with that. Let's do this. So able to take game 1 off of Haas in the top left hand side of the map is the red Terran player. It is KeeN. Bottom right hand side, our pink Protoss player is from OSC Elite, Haas. Guys, it's best of 2, meaning that we do play both maps. Just 2 maps, each player plays every other player in 2 maps basically, so that's the situation, the scenario that is underway here as we get set up to go into this right now. Pylon coming down from Haas here just to the side. You're going to see an SEV from KeeN moving on forwards, and CC from KeeN starting to drop down as well. So Haas is going to get into aggression right from the get-go. It's a very, very nearby proxied Stargate. Let's see if we can do some damage with it to try and take the second game in this series. Do appreciate you all being here again. What's up in the chat? As we get this rolling, and well, right from the get-go, I mean, as KeeN scouts, he sees the lack of a natural, and he sees double gas and 1 pylon in the main base. Like, you know, KeeN, you know, you do have to be somewhat knowledgeable to figure that out, but it's something which at a pro level, and the Terran scouts this, you know, they immediately start thinking, okay, well, where's the Stargate? Because it's just so obvious, you know, with all the different pieces that are missing. Where's that, you know, where's the Nexus? Where's the extra pylon? Etc, etc. And so right from the get-go, it's just a defensive setup. Bunker in a very defensive low ground position. He's not like out the front in the low ground, but just down the ramp. He's also going to have an engineering bay to build a turret, and he's got a Cyclone building instantly rather than waiting to build a starport and a Widow Mine just straight into a Cyclone. So straight away here, KeeN just showing us he does mean to just defend, defend, defend very easily. This first Oracle already not really doing anything, just taking some damage from those few Marines in the bunker. Cyclone pops and will lock on. This turret gets a shot as well, and maybe this Cyclone... Nah, it's not going to do it. Cyclones do bloody no damage to air units. It's crazy, like 8 damage a shot there onto the Oracle. It's crazy low. Their anti-air is just so weak nowadays, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. It's just sort of funny to see how... kind of slow it can be. Oracle here going to move in towards the natural and main. And here's the issue. Where do you go from here as Haas? I mean, I guess you can just expand what he's doing to the gold base, nonetheless. Okay, then. Well, yeah, okay, let's just take the gold. Why not? It's SCV here from KeeN. Moving up the right-hand side. Actually being chased by a Stalker. Probe comes in and gets the kill, though. SCV goes down. There's a couple Oracles, 3 Oracles now at the front. And they keep on building Oracles. Maybe just look to get to that sort of number where you can suddenly jump on an army, which is just a little bit too small. And just sort of surprise it with how effective those Oracles can be. A few more Marines just jumping in towards this bunker here. And as a few more Marines jump into that bunker, you're going to see this Widow Mine just burrowing as well over to the side. And another Revelation going down. I mean, you know, he's getting out of this in quite a good spot, you know? Like, he's starting to get away with some income. Like, he's starting to build up here. His income's kind of okay in comparison to his opponents. And, I mean, obviously over time, it becomes an issue because KeeN will find himself opportunities to attack this base, and Haas will be very spread out trying to defend. But if he can defend, if he can get himself away with this gold base, then Haas is going to be in an absolutely monstrous position to move forwards from. And it could actually become an issue for KeeN here. He is now looking to drop Widow Mines into mineral lines. It will force it will force Oracles back and start to revelate rather than looking to use their energy aggressively with pulsar beams. Here you go, Medevac boosts forwards, and we see the first Widow Mines going to start and load. Well, just one. Oracles don't even need to use Revelation, just pops the pulsar beam. Revelates that Medevac to keep track of it. I like that. I feel like that's a fairly decent idea. Ooh, sneaky Widow Mine place, but the overcharge is in position. Wow. Haas's pylon just about reaches over. Just what he needs it to be now. Is going to be seen another Oracle on the way out. 4 extra gateways are building. Siege tanks, Stimpack, Liberator, Marines all on the way up right now. Bunker in the main. Obviously, KeeN getting very defensive against what's about to be a big attack, I suppose, from Haas. He's gone up to 8 gateways here, and he is starting to warp in units. He does have charge. Tank goes down already. These Oracles are starting to get some pretty major damage done, honestly. I mean, picking up a siege tank especially is huge, considering we're about to see a big attack. However, and that's why we've got a lot of bunkers here to try and minimize the effect of this larger attack. Another Oracle on the way out. These elves coming in. There's a sentry as well. What will the Oracles actually try and help target here? Thing is, the Oracles won't be able to help against Liberate in the sky. What was that he just killed? I don't even know. Like a bunker that was in the main. Anyway, he's trying to get rid of that tech lab. Problem is, again, full wall-off bunkers behind it. How are these zealots ever going to become useful? Even the Oracles have been draining themselves of energy for so long now that it's becoming unrealistic for them to actually be able to have enough to break through the front. Still just some units moving around here as Haas going to be getting set to move forwards here again. To see what he can do perhaps, as we see that Stimpack on the way. Couple Vikings on the way out as well. There's that sentry going to pop the Guardian Shield, and we're going to see the Zealots just charge on through this. We're going to see bunkers already taking some damage. I mean, one of them falls. The other ones will not, though, because the SCVs have got us around in Haas. While he was doing so well, I mean, KeeN just set up so well in the defensive position, and when you've got to try and break a Terran who's already defensively set up like this, it's never going to be easy, and a lot of the times it's never going to go well for you either. Unfortunately now Haas, the problem is, where does he go with his advantages? I mean, to tech out of it is still kind of weird and does take a bit longer, and it might just throw away his advantages anyways. He'd rather just try and end the game here and now when he knows he's got a big advantage, but again, I mean, pushing into that defensive position, you just can't do it. There's there's not even a warp prism here to elevate units up into the main base. Instead, it's a very one-dimensional follow-up, and unfortunately, KeeN has found the one way he needs to defend against it. As another base top right has just continued to hide expansions, try and minimize any potential damage coming in from units looking around. You see this probe still moving here. Haas having a little bit of a think as to what's up, what's happening. Double forge. He is going to try and follow this up. I mean, he's going to try and transition. And credit where credit is due. The man has got a gold base. He has been on an income lead for a little while. And, he's also in this position where, he's able to start now teching. He's even going to take his opponent's gold base here. If you can actually get away with this, could be pretty insane. I mean, KeeN is very much so contained to 2 bases. The big question is going to be when the big fight comes, the big push out from KeeN, when he feels like he can push across the map with 1-1 combat shields, etc. If Haas can't defend that, he'll die, obviously. But if he does defend that, he probably comes out of it in a winning position because of the fact he's just expanding everywhere. And because of the fact, he is starting to get upgrades up now as well. So the next minute or two might just be the scariest and the most difficult here for Haas. But if he can survive these, I think he's maybe in a good position to move on through and for the rest of the game. And he's still on forwards, and already one of these pylons is going to get taken down. Another pylon gets overcharged, but very late. And as it goes down, the warping Zealots do get kind of denied. Membership core picked off, but probes are the real danger as we see. Whoa, what? Marines just walked out into Zealots over here. So while KeeN was doing good damage across the map, he doesn't do anything good at home. Just loses so many units just like that, and KeeN takes some heavy hits because of it. Revelation did come down, and we do see the depots just revelated there for now. Going to see a couple of Vikings getting away with and starting to fire away at those Oracles. Well, you know what? I mean, Haas now has Blink. He's now got, 1-1 upgrades coming through. He's getting into a position he can play this game out from, He He really is. He's backing away at a good time to minimize damage. He sees this army with the Revelation, obviously. That helps. So they're going to charge into this. They're going to start charging into this. The Oracle's a little bit late to the party, so now he does disengage. The fact he's actually mining from his opponent's gold base at the moment is kind of crazy. KeeN is not going to be happy about that if he ever sees it. Yeah, this one arm is about to finish up here. It does become very interesting. Another Revelation onto this bio. One of mine burrows as well. 2 more libs on the way out. And KeeN is still just, you know, set up on 2 bases. He's going to try and land down towards the 3rd, but is that really going to work out? This tank here is going to go down so quickly. Stalker's blinking forwards as the Oracles continue to commit. Now he'll pull back momentarily. He would like to get rid of this Viking, I think, and he does get rid of it before it does too much. Now swaps in another few Zealots. 1 upgrades a piece now, so the upgrades are no longer really an issue in all of this. Gold base over here is now fully mining with the, I think the Mothership Core just built at home and just recalled over. Not even really too sure as Haas backing away again. I mean, at this point, he can afford to back away to some extent. He's got another gold base up, and he has got a lot of things going for him as KeeN looking around with this medevac. He has seen the top right base. Obviously, we saw him attacking there before. He just doesn't know where the right place to really kind of commit is, as we see this orbital handed down here. Now he's going to lift up and move away again. Stalker's blinking up top, and that orbital starting to go down. KeeN still no idea that Haas is on his own gold base. Whoa, Widow Mines starting to be a little bit dangerous there. And that's the issue of the army of the Terran player. In small skirmishes like this, the Widow Mines, the Liberators, they really do add so much into it. It's very difficult to fight against it. As here we go, we're actually going to see a fight. Zealots are charging forwards. The Stalkers blink to get rid of libs, but the Oracles are going down. It feels as though KeeN actually does have too much, and that's what we've been saying for a while. While it's looked maybe okay for Haas, there's always going to be that point where the Terran player is set up very nicely into all of his upgrades, and that's where the Terran player's army will shine against just pure gateway units. Even if they have blink, even if they have charge, the bio units will shine against those, and that's exactly what we've seen, so really not much of a surprise, I don't think. Haas going to try and get away, maybe try and survive. He knows it's over. GG's out, and KeeN does take another 2-0.